when I moved to LA, my roommates were like, you can't just email people your headshots and like your resume and stuff. And I'm like, why not? You
Right.
know? And they're like, there's etiquette to this and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, the worst thing they could say is no. And I already don't have it. I got my first manager in LA the first week I got there, which
Wow.
which there's people I've heard. I thought that was normal, that you just like got an agent, you started working, you did your thing. I didn't realize that there were people that had been there for 2 years and still hadn't got an agent yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was my business sense. Maybe it was because I was good. I have no idea. But I
Right.
just knew I was there to work, and that's why I'm there. And
You're a
so,
hustler.
yeah. And so, like, why do anything else? And so, in fact, that manager is the reason why I do stand up. When I had this manager, she was like, you need to start taking improv classes. And I looked at improv classes. It's like $800 for a 1-semester class. So
Right.
I just thought, well, stand up is free and I'm getting on stage. I said, is stand up okay? And she goes, I don't care what you do. As long as you're on
Mm.
stage and you're keeping your performance blade sharp, I can care less what you're doing. Because when I send you for pilot season or whatever, I want you to be able to go into a room and crush. That's how I started doing stand up. The way that I always tell people is like, I feel like comedy found me because I, at that point in my life,
I love that.
I felt like I had no choice. And then I fell in love with it. Now I just do it because I love it, as opposed to feeling like I do it because I
You
have to.
have to. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, and then she was like, are you in the Screen Actors Guild? And I was eligible, but I wasn't in it yet. And so I went, and then I found out, oh, well, if you're an extra, on shows, you can be in the Screen Actors Guild. And I go, okay, cool. So
Hey,
that's how
great. Sign me up.
yeah, and that's how I did it. That like literally I went on that show, and I was just, extras are glorified furniture, this, but
Right.
like
Yeah.
that's literally what it is. But my whole thing, my philosophy has always been, whether the camera is on you or not, you're always acting as if the camera
Hmm.
is on you.
Absolutely.
If action is called, whether you are in the frame, or if anybody even cares about your character,
Hmm.
you're like, it doesn't matter. Like, it is now your show.
Absolutely.
Like it's not your show, but like,
No, but it's your performance. Yeah.
right, it's your performance. Like if you're at a restaurant and you're eating with a date, like they call action, you're on a freaking date. You know what I mean? Like
I love that.
like
I love that.
that's how I work. That's how I work. Like, you are on a date. You're asking date
Yeah.
questions. You're eating. You're saying weird stuff. I mean, making the other actor feel uncomfortable, where they're like, Are we
Yeah.
even on screen right now?"
Yeah. But it's true. You have to
Yeah,
be on. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm not saying that it'll work for everybody, but I have a feeling that that's the reason why people were like, maybe we should use him. Like, he
Right.
seems kind of, he's been making some weird faces. I like this guy, I'm like,
I like his
whatever.
weird faces that he's
Yeah,
making. They're
yeah.
working for me.